Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite NBA player prop picks for today. We're talking Monday, November 17th. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm going to have three NBA player prop picks for you guys to lock in for today's NBA betting slate. Very, very confident in the three plays that we have for today. But before we get into that, we do have to do a recap from yesterday. So I'm actually recapping both Saturday and Sunday. I ended up not having an NBA YouTube video yesterday. Had a busy weekend, wasn't able to get a video out yesterday. Also, why, if you're curious, why I don't have an NFL for Monday night out tonight, wasn't able to get that done yesterday. I did send out three plays yesterday, and those went 3-0, which is just funny how it works when I don't send anything out on YouTube, is when we have the best day. Now they were sent out both to my Tails account, and they were sent out for free on Twitter. So everybody was able to tail these, whether you are on the Tails or not, whether you are paid or are on Twitter or not. And it was a great day. Fox over 22.5 points. Keyshawn George over 4.5 assists. Isaiah Collier over 6.5 assists. He got all of them in the second half, so that one was definitely a sweat. So you're going to see that we were up 3.41 units on Saturday and Sunday. It was all yesterday. If you only tailed Saturday, you completely broke even. Sam Merrill and Mr. Nippleman did not hit their props, but Lonzo, that one was tough. He had, I think, 3 assists in the first half. He ended 4 assists in the first half. He ended the game with 5. So people that had the 6+, unfortunately lost this play because he had exactly 5. But we were able to cash out Reeves. But I've been saying it all along. We needed a day like yesterday where we swept. Hopefully we can continue that today. We're still down on the year, down a little bit over 5 units on the year, but we're starting to make our way back, right? We were down like 9, almost 10 units. Basically, I think starting on Friday, and then it's been a couple good days in a row. So hopefully we can continue this for tonight. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me. We're going to head over here to Props Madness. Now, I only have 3 official plays. I did have a lot of leans that I liked. I just wanted to wait for injury news on a lot of these plays. So I'll mention what the leans were. And if I do end up playing anything, I'll send it out to Tails and I'll send it out to Twitter, anything that we're officially on. But the first official play that we are on, I'm going right back to a guy that burned us last time we took him. It's Jaime Jaquez Jr. So we're taking him over 29.5 PRA. So this was actually minus 105 at both Hard Rock and BetMGM. Now it's only minus 105 at Hard Rock. I would still take the minus 118 at FanDuel. That should be available for everybody. And I also don't hate pumping it up to 30.5 at minus 105 either, if you just want to keep the same odds. What we're looking at here, he's played 5 games without Bam. He's gone, he's gone over this number, the 29.5, even the 30.5. He's gone over in 4 out of 5 games, averaging 33.4 per game. Like every game he's gone over by a pretty decent amount. Now, the one time I bet him in this stretch was this game right here, which that is what it is. You know, you're going to have bad luck and stuff. You're going to have you're going to have situations where you take a player, he misses it when you take him, and then he hits it the times after that. That just happens. But what I love are just the ancillary numbers here. Like you look at his PRA. So it's actually a back-to-back, and not in terms of days, but in terms of the team they're playing. They played the Knicks. This was on Saturday or Friday, actually, and they're playing them again. Now, in this game, he took 20 shots. He had 20 rebound chances. He had 14 potential assists. That is fantastic background ancillary numbers going deeper than just what he ended up doing. And you look at the points. We'll just go through it one by one. He's only done this in 3 of 5 games without Bam. So this one is probably the biggest, maybe the biggest sweat. But I really like the matchup. I mean, again, he took 20 shots last game. He didn't even shoot that well. Only went 4 of 8 from the free throw line. And he still ended up with 20 points. And the matchup is really good. I mean, you look at the play types here. Transition scores over 30% of his points. 10th worst transition defense. Now, the Knicks don't foul a lot. So he's not going to get a lot at the free throw line. That's fine, because he scores another 20% of his points via spot up, and they're the 4th worst spot up defense in the NBA. Only one, Props Madness is only tracking one player similar to Jaime Jaquez Jr., so nothing really to take there. But I love the volume that he's putting up. Even in the game where he smoked us, he still took 15 shots. He just couldn't make anything. That's going to happen. But 9 of 20 is also still not making anything. And he still went over 16.5 points, 17.5 points by a decent amount. Assists, he's gone over in 4 or 5 games, and the potentials are fantastic. His over-under is 5.5. So really, to keep pace with our PRA, we need him to have at least 6 assists on average. 14 potential assists, even 10 is not terrible. Converting 4 is terrible. 10, 10, and 14. So he's had double-digit potential assists in every single game. Asking him to convert 60% of those, 50% of those is not terrible. You look at the rebounds, also has hit in 4 of 5 games. Also, his ancillary numbers, his background numbers are fantastic. 20 rebound chances is crazy. 10 only got 3, so again, just a bad game from him. 24 is fantastic. 16 is fantastic. 13 is fantastic for somebody we're asking to get 7. So like everything that we're asking him to do, there's nothing outlier in terms of his like chances and potentials and his shot volume and stuff like that. So the 29.5 seems very, very attainable for me. That's play number 1. Play number 2, we're actually sticking in the same game here. We're heading over to New York, and we're taking Josh Hart, and we're taking him on the double-double. Now, that's actually, the odds have moved actually against me. So by the time you're watching this, if it's still available, you can get a better price. When I locked it in, it was best offered at plus 160 at Hard Rock and plus 155 at FanDuel. Those have both jumped up 5 cents. So I still like it. The 5 cent jump is not going to scare me off. The biggest thing here is no Jalen Brunson. So you're looking at it like, well, he's only done that in 2 of 11 games. Well, he's only played 1 game without Jalen Brunson. And look at what he did in this 1 game. He recorded a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Now, the thing with Josh Hart that's scary is the points are not automatic that he gets 10 points because he's not always great at getting his own shot. I just think he could get a double-double on the rebounds and assists. Last game, he had a triple-double against the Heat. And again, it's the same matchup. With no Jalen Brunson, and Miles McBride is questionable. He's questionable for like a personal reason. So it's not injury related. So I really have no idea what's going on with him. But if he misses, there's nobody that's going to be able to do anything in terms of passing. Like nobody else on this Knicks team can pass. Jordan Clarkson, score first. Mikal Bridges, it's more of a spot up guy, score first. Karl-Anthony Towns is a big man who's not a bad passer for a big man, but he's not somebody that you're going to run like passing offense through. Also out for this game, OG Anunoby, which just means more for Josh Hart to do, both from scoring and then also from like a ball handling perspective. And you look at the Heat. First of all, he scored 10 points in 6 of 11 games, and he missed it. He had a finger injury at the beginning of the year. His minutes were down. You take those games out in 6 of 7 games. So while the scary thing for him is he's not always somebody that you could just guarantee 10 points, it is pretty likely that he scores 10 points. And the matchup against the Heat is really, really good for his rebounds plus assists, which is either a juiced 14.5 or a better 15.5. Again, we're taking the double-double, but if you wanted to be safe, you could go with this number. We're looking at the Heat. We're looking at how they guard the point guard position. Let's just go to rebounds because he's basically the point guard. Look who's number 1, who allows the most rebounds per game to point guards. Your Miami Heat. Look at assists. Guess who allows the 4th most assists per game? Tied actually with the 2nd most with 3 other teams. Your Miami Heat. So they're a really good matchup for the RA. And you look at the RA, 11 of 15 guards have hit their rebound plus assist number against the Miami Heat. It's part of it is because they play at literally the fastest pace in the entire NBA. Every game with the Heat is just an absolute track meet, which just leads to more stat accumulation and stuff like that. So I think the double-double, if you want to sprinkle triple-double, plus 750, that's not crazy at all. He hit that last game. The odds on that have gotten pretty nuked, but I still think it's a really, really good look. So that's play number 2 is the Josh Hart double-double. And if you want to be safer, you can pivot to the rebounds plus assists. And then the last play that we're on here is somebody that I think I've gone with twice, maybe only once, but who's been fantastic this year. And it's Ajay Mitchell. So we're actually taking him over 14.5, not 16.5, 15.5 points. So you can get 15 plus for minus 115. That is best offered at, it was BetMGM. They bumped up 3 cents. So if you go 15 plus, you can get that at minus 115 at both Hard Rock and Bet365. My official play and what I will be tracking here is the over 15.5, which is best offered at plus 105 at Fanatics. And I would still take 4 even money at ESPN Bet, which you see right here. Ajay Mitchell. The Thunder have had guys in and out of the lineup. Confirmed still out for this game is Aaron Wiggins, with Alex Caruso as questionable, and Jay Will. He hasn't played yet this season. He is still out. So Ajay Mitchell averaging 28 minutes per game, averaging 6.7 points per game. So right off the bat, what we are asking him to do, he's done in 9 of 14 games. He's averaging over this number, and there are still guys missing. This is not a fully healthy Thunder squad. He has played 5 games without Aaron Wiggins. Now, he's only gone over in 3 of 5, but he's playing 30 minutes per game. That's good. The 2 games he missed were actually his last 2 games. 13 shots, just couldn't make anything. 15 shots, just couldn't make anything. If he's taken 13 and 15 shots, I will be very, very, very happy with our price of over 15.5 or the 15 plus number. But the thing with the Thunder is, at the beginning of the year, Alex Caruso missed some time. Guess what? Over in 3 of 4 games without Alex Caruso. Kason Wallace missed a game over in only 1, but over in that game. He played a couple games without Isaiah Joe over in 4 or 5. So it's just like he's had these guys in and out of the lineup. But you look at without Wiggins and with Joe, 3 of 5 games. Without Wiggins and with Caruso, 3 of 5 games. So it's not like if one of these guys is in, I'm going to be scared off. And the matchup is almost as good as you can ask for against the Pelicans. They are among the worst defenses in the NBA, guarding the ways in which Ajay Mitchell scores. You just hover over this matchup here. You see a lot of green. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. D rank versus DPT. Defensive rank versus play type. Pick and roll ball handler. They are the 3rd worst defense guarding the pick and roll ball handler, which you can also scroll down here and look at the shot zones and see that right here. Scores a quarter of his points as the pick and roll ball handler. The next one below that, D rank versus DSZ. Defensive rank versus the shot zone, which for Ajay Mitchell is the restricted area. Guess what? They are the 5th worst defense guarding that. You can also scroll down and see that right here, this little lighted up green for you. Going below that, defensive rating, 3rd worst in the NBA. Going below that, points in the paint, they allow the 8th most. Just a lot of good stuff against this Pelicans defense. And unsurprisingly, 10 of 15 players, or I should say 10 of 15 guards tracked by Props Madness have hit their point prop over against the Pelicans. And what I really like about Props Madness is you can filter, like, how do these players perform in the good matchups? So we're looking at filtering by opponent rank versus DPT, which is the pick and roll ball handler. Like, how does he perform against teams in the bottom half? Like the half of the NBA that is the worst at guarding pick and roll ball handlers, over in 7 of 9, averaging 18 points per game. 1 game he missed, 14 points. Now, he did miss against this Pelicans team. Just had a bad game. Only took 8 shots, only made 2 of them. Just a bad game. That doesn't scare me off because he's done that in 7 of the other 8 soft matchups. Even if you want to look at like a defensive rating, like how has he performed against the bad defenses? You look at the bottom half. Over in 6 of 9, that's very nice games. Missed it against the Clippers, who are actually a tough matchup for the way he scores. You notice they didn't show up there. And then, yeah, he missed against the Hornets, took 15 shots. I'm good with that. You take 15 shots, I'm going to happily take you to score 16 points. So that is our 3rd and final official play. As of right now, these are the only 3 plays that we are tracking. I'm going to go through my leans and talk about what we're looking at here. If I end up sending anything out, which is definitely possible, it will first be sent out to my Tails account, which you can see right here. This is just where I send everything out. The plays you see me give out for free on YouTube, the same exact plays here. You see play Ajay Mitchell, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Josh Hart, and you see a little bit of a write-up just to kind of give you my logic. If you want this, I put a link to it in the description of the video. It's only $10 a month. You're just paying for convenience. You're not paying for anything extra. So I don't want to sit here and promise you like this elaborate VIP package. Same exact plays for free. You just get them early. In terms of leans, 2 ones that I was heavily debating taking. Number 1 is Cade Cunningham on the points. Now, there's a ton of guys questionable for the Pistons, including Cade himself. The biggest thing here is Ausar Thompson. If Ausar Thompson is out, I will be taking Cade Cunningham 30-plus points. He's only played 1 game without Ausar Thompson. He took 45 shots. Now, he's probably not going to take 45 shots again. He also hasn't played since then, and he is also questionable himself. So we just got to wait on the injury report. The matchup is really good. You take out the first couple games of the season, he's scored, I guess I should take the 30-plus, in 5 of his last 7 games, averaging 31 points per game. It's a good matchup, like points in the paint, where 60% of his points come from. The Pacers are the 2nd worst defense. You look at guys similar to him, 55 from SGA, 33 from Devin Booker. Decent from a play type perspective, like ranges from very good to below average to very good across the board. We just got to see who's playing. 27.5 is a lot for someone like Cade, who doesn't always look for his shot, but the matchup is fantastic for it. And then in the Sixers game, the biggest news here is that Paul George is questionable, but Joel Embiid is out, as is Kelly Oubre. So who is going to take the extra work? Maxi's prop is all the way up at 30.5. I actually don't like backing Maxi because the Clippers defense is pretty good in the way he scores. Now, they're not good at above the break threes. These are more catch and shoot than they are pull up. You see that there's like, they're not terrible, but they're mostly either average to below average in terms of how Maxi scores. I actually like the assists for Maxi. He's only done that in 6 of 12 games, but we're getting it for plus money. The Clippers are a good matchup for guard assist props. As you can tell, Props Madness has them allowing the second most assists per game to guards. Now, he's only hit this in 2 of his last 7 games, but 7 assists, 7 assists, 7 assists. Like, he's come close 3 times. And his last game only converted 3 of his 10 potential assists, which is really bad. Quentin Grimes is also decent. No Kelly Oubre. PRA, the points matchup is pretty good for him. Like, it wasn't a good matchup for Maxi. It is better for Quentin Grimes, but still not fantastic. And then Watford has been pretty good. Like, he had 1 game with a triple-double, which was crazy. He hasn't been as good since then, racking up the stat sheet, so that one is a little bit scary. But those are the 2 main leans that I had. The only one that I want to mention here is I like the assists for LaMelo Ball, but the scary thing is he might be on a minutes restriction. Now, his over 7.5, he has hit in every single game. Granted, it's pretty juiced, like minus 124 is the best offered price. But last game was his first game back. He missed 2 weeks due to an injury, played 27 minutes and was on a minutes restriction, and then he hasn't played since then. So if he plays 27 minutes, you're asked like his ceiling. I mean, I guess he got 10, but he only had, 14 potentials is not bad for 8 actual assists. And the Bucks aren't even a great matchup for assist props. So there's a lot of logic to like LaMelo Ball. It's just if he plays 27 minutes, it's just a little bit scary. So I decided to hold off on that one, and we're just rocking with these 3, and that's all we got. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Again, if I send anything out, I will let you guys know. If I end up playing anything, I guess I should say I'll send it out. Check out Props Madness. I just kind of walked you through how I use them. Check out my Tails account if you're interested. Regardless, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one.